Your strategy isn't working. It's time to play to win. Let's turn things around.
Your strategy probably isn't a strategy, it's a to-do list. And many strategies fail before they even begin. It's not because they're bad, it's because they're not clear. Real strategy isn't complicated. It's answering a few strategic questions like, what does winning look like? What value will you create? And how are you going to play to win? Get clear about your purpose. Set a course of action. That's strategy made simple. Welcome to the channel. My name's Michelle, and I coach small, medium business entrepreneurs and aspiring marketers to master marketing one sprint at a time. Strategy can feel very intimidating, overwhelming, if not elusive, particularly for small business owners, startup founders, entrepreneurs, and even for those who just haven't been exposed to strategy or learned how to formulate a strategy. And for sure, there's many moving pieces in solving a strategy puzzle, but it doesn't have to be that way. We've actually been exploring many marketing strategy and digital strategy elements. And if you haven't seen some of the other videos on the channel, I invite you to check them out, where you can learn a lot more of the pragmatics around digital and marketing strategy. Now, in this video, I want to help you debunk strategy. Let's make strategy simple. A simple way to think about strategy is how to play to win. And what's the win? So for a marketing strategy, the win could be establishing yourself as the market leader in your category, achieving the highest customer satisfaction ratings, doubling your revenue, or gaining your customer base by adding 1,000 new customers. The win is really a key element of your strategy. One of the key elements of strategy is defining these goals, or what the win is. A marketing strategy needs to be certain and clear about what your organization wants to achieve. What's the win? Which customers you want to serve and reach, as well as what value you're going to deliver to those customers. Now, marketing strategy also comes down to, what is your purpose? Ideally, your purpose is to create and deliver value to your customers. And you want to do that in a way that is profitable for your business. Once you've identified your purpose and those values, the next steps are really to determine who you want to reach and set a course of action in order to achieve those. This is the how to play. What is strategy? Strategy is a clear set of choices that your organization can make with respect to what you want to achieve and how you go about achieving them. The strategy really sets the direction, providing you with clarity and focus and holding you accountable for what you are achieving. It's even more important to have a clear, written, documented strategy. Don't just keep it in your head or in your imagination, but you really need to write it to be clear so that you can execute on it and hold yourself and your business accountable to that strategy. Think of strategy as a plan of action, whereas tactics are the specific set of actions or activities your business will undertake to execute on that strategy. Tactics are the exact route you're going to take to reach your intended goals. In the marketing function, tactics are actually what makes up the marketing busyness, the posting here, boosting there, emailing, etc. The tactics obviously help you execute the strategy, but what's more important is to be clear on your strategy and where you're going. Now, one effective way to simplify strategy is by answering a set of key strategic questions. And how you choose to answer these questions is what will form your strategy. Let's look at a couple of these questions. I think these questions are so important that every small business owner needs to answer them in order to effectively formulate a strategy. These questions come from Seth Godin in one of his blog posts entitled 4 Questions Worth Answering. And we're going to explore each of these questions in a little bit of context and detail. Let's look at the first question. Who is your next customer? This question is so important because you really want to make sure Who is the customer or the set of customers you want to serve, reach, and engage with? This question allows you to target your customers and to make sure that your execution and your strategy are truly customer centric. Now, the really interesting part of this question is that he poses, who is your next customer? And that's interesting insight because your existing customers aren't necessarily the same as your growth customers. Any business seeking to grow and be sustainable needs to, on an ongoing basis, acquire more customers. So we want to look at who's your next set of customers to support that business growth. Let's look at the second question. What is the story he told himself before he met you? Now, this is a little bit more context and depth around who is your ideal customer. You want to truly understand and know your customer so well that you can empathize with them and resonate with them so that you can target them and also relate to them in a way that attracts them and engages them. With this question, we want to understand our customers' pain points, their challenges, their goals, their tasks, their behaviors, their interests, and their motivations. What could bring them to a potential interaction or acquisition with you? You want to understand your customers so well that you can truly empathize and target and resonate with them. This is where customer personas can really help. And if you check on the channel, we've addressed customer personas in another video in the series, and I invite you to check it out. The third question is, how do you encounter him in a way that they trust you about the stories you have to tell? Now, this question breaks down several factors of strategy. The first is, where and how can you encounter your customer? Where are they spending time? Is it through particular social media platforms, email, search engines, your website, your physical locations? You want to know where and how you can encounter this customer. And yes, you also have a story you need to tell. And the story you're going to be telling is based on your unique selling points and your value propositions. You want to tell your branded, original, authored stories in a way that relates and connects to your customers. And this trust factor is particularly important with digital or online marketing because they may never come into your physical location. They may never talk to an employee or even speak with anybody on the phone. So you need to establish that trust factor through your digital content and your digital experiences, let's say through your social media accounts, and particularly through your website or mobile applications. That trust factor needs to validate your authority and trustworthiness. And the final question is, what changes are you trying to make in his or her story or their life? Now, this sounds quite profound, but the fact is that you need to deliver value. And what are those values you're going to create and deliver for your customers? In delivering your values, you're going to be actually fulfilling your purpose. Some examples of that might be through your offerings. How do you help your customers solve their problems, address their pain points, meet their goals, objectives? Basically, if you're successful in executing your strategy, you will fulfill your purpose, and that'll be evident through the impact you have on the story of your customers. Basically, you want to improve their story, impact their life in a positive way. Now, how you do this is actually by fulfilling your purpose. In summary, strategy is really about fulfilling your purpose, being clear about your purpose, and setting a course of action to complete it. The course of action is really what will define how you're going to play to win. So in this video, we've covered quite a few aspects of strategy. In particular, you learned that one of the key elements of strategy is setting goals or the win. You also looked at the concept of marketing strategy with respect to defining and fulfilling the values that you deliver to your customer audiences. And we also looked at some of the key questions that every business owner should answer in formulating their strategy. I really hope this video has been helpful to you. If so, please like the video, share it. If I can remind you to also subscribe to the channel so that you can keep updated with other strategic, practical marketing tips to help you and your business grow. Thank you so much for watching, and peace to you.